The champagne was already chilling. The reservation was for 8:15. I got there at 7:40, not because I was nervous, because I wanted everything perfect. The rooftop of the Alder House overlooked the river, the city lights trembling in the dark water like scattered diamonds. It was where Ava and I had celebrated her promotion 2 years ago, where she'd said, "One day when we're ridiculous and rich, we'll laugh about how broke we are right now." I had believed that meant together. The ring was in my inside jacket pocket. Not flashy, not oversized, just clean, timeless. Platinum band, oval diamond, the kind she once traced with her finger in a jewelry store window and whispered, "That's elegant, not loud." I remembered everything she said. I should have remembered the other things too. By the time Ava arrived, she was already laughing. Not with me, with the two women trailing behind her, Madison, tall, surgically polished, and Claire, who never blinked when she lied. They slid into their chairs like royalty, taking their seats. Ava kissed my cheek absently, already mid-story. "And I told him, if you can't keep up, don't apply," she was saying, waving a manicured hand. Men love confident women until they realize they can't control them. Madison cackled. Claire raised her glass. Too intimidating the fragile. Ava clinked. I smiled politely. I'd learned how. Dinner unfolded like a performance. At Ava describing clients she dismantled. Ava mocking an assistant's outfit. Ava recounting how a guy at the gym asked for her number and how tragic it was that he thought he had a chance. I waited for a softer moment. There wasn't one. When dessert menus arrived, I felt it. Now. I signaled the waiter. The champagne appeared. The city wind lifted slightly, brushing the tablecloth. "A toast," I said. Ava tilted her head. "This better not be about crypto again." Madison smirked. Claire leaned forward like she smelled entertainment. I stood. The noise of the rooftop dulled. My pulse thundered, but steady, controlled. "Ava," I began. 3 years ago, you walked into my life, and everything felt bigger, faster, brighter. I've built a lot in my life. My career, my home, my stability. But the one thing I wanted to build next was a future with you." Her smile faltered. I stepped around the table, dropped to one knee. The ring box opened with a soft click, and the diamond caught the string lights overhead. For half a second, the world held its breath. Then she laughed. Not surprised, not overwhelmed, amused. "Oh my God," she said, covering her mouth, "but not enough. Are you serious?" "Yes," I said quietly. Madison's eyes widened in delighted horror. Claire whispered, "No way." Ava looked at them first, not at me. "Ethan," she said slowly, like explaining something to a child. You cannot be doing this right now." "I am." Her chair scraped back slightly. "This is insane," she said. "You think I'm ready to get married?" "I thought You thought?" She actually barked a laugh. "That's the problem. You think I want this?" She gestured at me, at the ring, at the entire concept. I stayed kneeling. People were watching now. "You're amazing," she continued, tone softening into something worse, patronizing. "You're safe. You're dependable. You're solid." Madison muttered. Solid is such a dad word. Ava didn't miss a beat. "But marriage? To you? Ethan, I'm 29. I'm not done leveling up. I'm not locking myself into suburb life and couples brunches." I never said, "You don't have to say it. That's what you are. Predictable. Comfort food. And I don't want comfort yet." A low murmur spread across nearby tables. I felt heat climb my neck. "You should have asked me privately," she added sharply. "And now I look like the villain." "You're not the villain," I said quietly. She gave me a look that could cut glass. "You really thought I'd say yes?" she said, incredulous. "In front of everyone? You thought I'd marry you?" There it was. The sentence. Heavy. Public. Final. Madison snorted. Claire looked almost impressed. Something inside me didn't break. It went still. I closed the ring box. Stood up. Placed it back into my pocket. "You're right," I said calmly. And a flicker of confusion crossed her face. "I shouldn't have assumed." I pulled out my wallet, placed enough cash to cover the entire bill plus tip. "For the inconvenience," I added. Then I walked away. No rush. No anger. Just clarity. By the time I reached the apartment, the silence felt surgical, precise, necessary. Technically, it was ours. Functionally, I paid most of it. Emotionally, it was already gone. I changed into old jeans and started packing. No music, no hesitation. Books first. My grandfather's fountain pen, the framed engineering award from my first major project, kitchen knives, coffee grinder, the cast iron skillet I'd seasoned for years. I left the marble cheese board she insisted we needed for hosting energy. Bedroom, my suits, my watches, the leather jacket she said made me look too serious. I left the velvet throw pillows, bathroom, razor, cologne, prescription glasses, left the monogram towels. And the ring receipt was in my desk drawer. I didn't look at it. It went into a folder labeled done. 3 hours. That's how long it takes to dismantle 3 years when you remove emotion from the equation. At 11:02 p.m., I sent one message. You were right. I shouldn't have assumed. Then I blocked her. Number, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. It wasn't dramatic. It was structural. You remove compromised beams before the building collapses. The next morning, and I signed a lease for a 1-bedroom across town. Smaller, quieter. Mine. My sister Maya helped me move. She didn't ask questions until we were carrying the last box. She laughed, didn't she? Maya said. I nodded. She always performed when there was an audience. That night, I slept on a mattress on the floor. And for the first time in months, I didn't feel like I was auditioning for my own relationship. The first contact came 4 days later. Unknown number. You're being dramatic. Blocked. Second attempt. Email. Subject. Be reasonable. She claimed I'd embarrassed her. That people were talking. That Madison said I was unstable. I forwarded the email to myself for documentation. No reply. Blocked. Third attempt. Voicemail from another number. Her voice softer now. Ethan, I didn't mean it like that. I panicked. You know how I get. I just wasn't ready. But that doesn't mean I don't love you. Love. Interesting word. I deleted it. For 2 weeks passed. I joined a 6 a.m. boxing class. Not to impress anyone. To feel impact. To remember my body could absorb force and stay standing. Work thrived. Silence became comfortable. Then she showed up. Saturday evening, buzzing my building. I didn't answer. She texted from a new number. I'm downstairs. I went down. Not to let her in, to end it. She stood outside the glass entrance doors. Hair messy, mascara faintly smudged. No Madison, no Claire, no audience. Oh, you ghosted me, she said immediately. I left. You didn't fight for us. You laughed at me. Her jaw tightened. You put me on the spot. You could have said no. I did say no. You performed it. She looked away. I was overwhelmed. You were cruel. Silence. I've been thinking, she said carefully. Maybe I overreacted. I didn't expect you to actually leave. There it was. Expectation. You thought I'd stay, I said. She swallowed. You always stay. Not this time. I miss our life, she continued. I miss coming home and knowing everything's handled. You made things feel stable. The same word. Recycled. I'm not stability, I said evenly. I'm a person. Her eyes hardened slightly. You're going to regret this. Maybe. You'll never find someone like me. I hope not. That landed. Harder than shouting would have. Her mask slipped. You were lucky to have me, she snapped. Oh, I can replace you in a week. You probably already did. She flinched. That told me everything. I stepped back. This isn't a negotiation, I said. It's a conclusion. Ethan. Goodbye, Ava. I walked back inside. Didn't look back. Didn't need to. The glass door reflected her small, furious silhouette. Then it closed. Upstairs, I reheated leftover pasta, sat by my single window, city quiet below, phone silent, chest steady. There was no triumph, no revenge high. It just peace, the kind you earn when you finally believe someone the first time they show you who they are. The buzzer didn't ring again, and this time, I knew it never would.